All right, let's get into it. Today we're talking about Retrieval-Augmented Generation, or RAG. This is the tech that's basically making AI a whole lot smarter and, actually reliable enough for the real world. So what is RAG really? Think of it like this. An LLM on its own is like a brilliant student who's only read last year's textbooks. They're smart, but their knowledge is frozen in time. RAG connects that student to the live internet or a whole library of up-to-date books. It grounds the AI in facts, which is just a way of saying it stops the AI from making stuff up. And this is everything when it comes to using these models in a real business. I mean, we're talking about connecting them to your company's internal policies, right? Or super complex legal contracts, or even live market data. You need answers that aren't just plausible-sounding nonsense. They have to be rooted in actual current truth. Okay, but here's the catch. As companies started trying this out, they hit a wall. And it's a big one. Because, let's be real-world data is a mess. It's not clean. And the questions we really need answers to, they're complicated. They need you to connect the dots between a bunch of different places. So that simple, basic RAG approach, yeah, it started to show some serious cracks. So this is where things get really interesting. Enter advanced RAG. Some people are even calling it RAG 2.0. This isn't just a simple tweak. It completely transforms that basic pipeline into this really sophisticated multi-stage system. We're moving beyond just go fetch a document. Now it's about reasoning. Let's take a look at what's in this new toolkit. First up, we've got Agentic RAG. I love this one. It's like upgrading your LLM from a simple librarian who just points you to the right aisle to a full-blown lead research analyst. This analyst doesn't just hand you a book. Oh no. It creates a whole research plan, breaks down your complex question into smaller pieces, and then uses a bunch of different tools to really dig in and find the best answer. And this is how it actually works, especially for those really tough multi-part questions. It's like having a whole team of specialized AI agents working together. You've got the planner, who's like the team lead, mapping out the strategy. Then the step definer comes in and creates these super specific sub-questions. The extractor is the data guru, pulling out only the relevant info. And finally, the QA agent puts it all together into a coherent answer. Okay, now self-RAG is pretty wild. It basically teaches the model to have a little voice of self-doubt in its head, in a good way. It uses these things called reflection tokens to ask itself questions, like, wait a minute, do I even need to look something up for this? Or is what I'm about to say actually backed up by the facts I found? This lets it decide on the fly if it needs to dig for more info, making it way more efficient and a whole lot more accurate. And then you've got Graph RAG. This is amazing. It's exactly like one of those detective shows with the corkboard and the red string connecting all the clues. Instead of treating every document like a separate file, it builds this huge knowledge graph that literally connects the dots between pieces of information. This is how you get it to see the big picture and answer those huge thematic questions. So if we pull back for a second, you can see how each of these are specialized tools for different jobs, right? Self-RAG, that's your champion for factual accuracy and being efficient. Agentic RAG is the one you bring in for the really gnarly multi-step problems. And Graph RAG, that's your tool for finding those hidden themes and making sure you can trace every answer back to its source. But listen, having a fancy engine is one thing. If you're putting bad fuel into it, you're not going anywhere. And that's the thing with RAG. The architecture is powerful, for sure. But the performance, how good it actually is, comes down to the quality of the data pipeline that's feeding it. It really is that simple. Garbage in, garbage out. You can have the smartest AI model in the world, but if you feed it a bunch of noisy, irrelevant information, what do you think you're going to get back? A garbage answer. The context it gets is the absolute ceiling for the quality of its output. So the pros tackle this in 3 key stages. First is what we call pre-retrieval. This is all about preparing the data before you even search it. Then comes the retrieval stage itself. This is about asking smarter questions. And then, and this is so important, there's post-retrieval. This is quality control. The system filters, re-ranks, and double-checks the facts before the LLM even gets a look. Okay, theory is great, but what does this actually look like in the real world? What's the tangible impact when you put these advanced systems to work in places where the stakes are really, really high? Well, the impact can be honestly staggering. Take healthcare. There was a major hospital network that plugged an advanced RAG system into their medical databases. The result? A 30% reduction in misdiagnoses for the most complex cases. I mean, just think about that. That is a direct, life-changing impact on people. And it didn't stop there. That same system also led to a 40% increase in the early detection of diseases. This is what we're talking about. It just shows you the incredible life-saving potential you unlock when you have an AI that's grounded in facts and can instantly pull together insights from mountains of medical research. And you know what? This is happening everywhere. In finance, you've got systems automating regulatory compliance. Over in legal tech, they're crushing the time it takes to review contracts. We're talking weeks down to just days. And think about customer support, finally getting real-time, personalized answers that are actually accurate. So the big question is, where does it go from here? What's next? Well, the path RAG is on is pretty clear. It's moving from being just a nice little add-on to being the absolute core of the next generation of powerful autonomous AI systems. The next massive leap is what we call multimodal RAG. Multimodal just means it's not limited to text anymore. We're talking about images, video, audio, all of it. So picture this: an AI that can look at a patient's X-ray while at the same time reading their entire medical history in text to give a diagnosis that's way more complete. That's not science fiction. That's where we're headed. And really, this all leads back to those autonomous AI agents we were talking about. RAG is becoming the bedrock they're built on. Think about it. For an agent to actually do complex stuff in the real world, it needs a constant, reliable stream of knowledge. And RAG is the system that's going to deliver that. Yeah, this quote here just nails it. RAG isn't just a feature you can bolt on anymore. It's becoming the foundational infrastructure. It's the bedrock that the whole future of autonomous AI in the enterprise is being built on top of. So, that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. As these AI assistants get this smart, as they stop being just tools and start becoming real partners in thinking and discovering, what does that mean for our own role? How is it going to change the way we look for knowledge ourselves? Something to think about. Thanks for joining me.